From a teenager in Idaho who skewered her car on a fence post, and a meteor shower over China that lit up the night sky, to a fearless hero in Azerbaijan who pulled this man from a burning car, and a 100-car pileup in China that shut down an icy freeway. Here are 10 highway moments you wouldn't believe if not filmed. There's nothing more satisfying than instant karma. On September 6th of 2021, a biker in Lakewood, Colorado got a healthy dose after flipping the bird at passing cars. It began as Mr. and Mrs. Dwyer were out running errands that afternoon. A young kid on a small motorcycle started doing tricks and riding his bike in the middle of the road. He was cutting off traffic and acting like a general nuisance. That's when karma decided to put him in his place.
What the hell's he doing?
Well, he's being dangerous.
You like your sex out the message.
Now he's up on the sidewalk.
Yes. Is he flipping somebody off?
Or is that he's turning left?
No, he's just flipping. I think he's just flipping Link off. What's he doing? Oh, jeez. Put your flashlight where you said go with your flashlight.
You can tell how embarrassed the young biker was when he popped off the ground. Mrs. Dwyer opened her door and asked the kid if he was okay. He said, "Yeah, I'm good, thank you," and then vanished back the way he came. It's unclear why the biker had a bone to pick with the white Chevy. For starters, his dirt bike is not street legal, so he shouldn't have been on the road to begin with. Secondly, he's the one who cut off the white Chevy and then proceeded to flip the bird. In the end, he paid for his stupidity with several scrapes and bruises. But to his credit, he was at least smart enough to wear a helmet. You never know how you'll react until you're thrust into certain situations. For these guys in Azerbaijan, their average morning quickly turned into a life-or-death rescue operation. It began with a highway car crash on a freeway connecting the Russian city of Rostov with Azerbaijan's capital of Baku. We're guessing the sideways black car collided with our dashcam vehicle, causing the cracks in the windshield. But those cracks were the least of their worries.
Huh?
All the praise goes to this man who super kicked his way into the burning car to save the disoriented driver and his passengers. Meanwhile, others rushed to the second car and pulled the unconscious driver out before flames engulfed his vehicle. Looking back, you can see the lead car slowing down to pass the accident. That's when the second car comes up behind them and slams into their bumper. It appears as though nobody was wearing seatbelts in the lead vehicle, nor did any of the airbags deploy. Since reporting from these regions is scarce, it's unclear if anybody was injured, and we don't know what caused the initial accident. The domino effect. Noun. A cumulative effect produced when one event initiates a succession of similar events. February 1st of 2025 was a cold and rainy day in Henan Province, China. Ice and thick fog on the Taihui Expressway through the city of Puyang caused two cars to collide and stop on the side of the road. What happened next might be the worst domino effect you'll ever see.
Mania!
The expressway looked more like a used car junkyard once the fog finally cleared. Over 100 cars were involved, with mangled hoods, caved-in bumpers, and dented doors as far as the eye could see. But, by some miracle, everyone walked away from the scene unscathed. Local authorities blamed the pileup on speed and low visibility. They cleared the crash site within 24 hours, and the highway reopened to regular traffic. It was December 22nd of 2024. A 50-year-old Thai construction worker was fetching gas for the job site generator when he heard tires screeching on the road behind him. When he looked back, he saw a black Mercedes-Benz sliding off the road and twisting through the air like an Olympic gymnast. One might say this driver stuck the landing. By some miracle, the teenage driver and his girlfriend were unharmed during the crash. The 180-degree spin likely saved their lives, as the rear of their car took the brunt of the damage. And of all the places to land your totaled car, the back of a flatbed truck is probably the best. Jokes aside, the truck itself was also damaged, so workers had to move the wrecked car from one flatbed to another. Now let's watch that crash again in slow motion to see where it all went wrong. The blue box you see is the generator our worker was standing by only seconds before. The black Mercedes comes in hot behind another car and seems to swerve left at the last second. The driver loses control, smashes into the generator, and lands perfectly on the truck. If a judging panel were scoring this clip, they'd likely give the following scores: execution, poor; dismount, fair; landing, perfect. It was February 17th of 2021. The city of Post Falls in Kootenai County, Idaho, was under a winter storm warning. But despite the heavy snowfall and slick road conditions, the public school system decided not to cancel classes. A teenager and brand new driver found herself battling the icy roads as she tried to get to school on time. That's when the car ahead of her slammed on its brakes, forcing the girl to make a split-second decision that came inches away from ending her life.
Oh my God. This dude braked so fast, and the road was pure ice, and I was like, don't get me wrong, I was far enough behind him. But it was ice, so I was braking. There's a pole in my car. That's like a foot away from my body. I could be dead right now.
Aftermath photos show where the girl's car veered off the road and smashed through a chain link fence. You can see where the pole impaled her windshield, poked through the dash, and almost touched the back seat. Had she been 6 inches to the right, she likely wouldn't have lived to record this video. We're assuming she didn't make it to school that day. Hopefully, this clip was enough to earn her an excused absence. Maoming, China is a prefecture-level port city in Guangdong province. It's home to over 6 million people, all of whom saw the night sky light up on May 28th of 2025. It was shortly after 9:30 p.m., and most people were driving home after another typical Wednesday in Maoming. That's when a massive fireball appeared overhead, and their dash cams captured their candid reactions.
哇哇哇哇哇！哦，哇！有冰啊！我操！
拍到了没有？
哇，很清嘅錄影。哦，幹嘛？哦，那是什麼？
Officials with the Chinese observatory confirmed that the object seen over Maoming was a fireball meteor, which, judging by the name, is significantly brighter than the average shower. Fireball meteors occur when large meteoroids enter Earth's atmosphere and rapidly heat due to friction. This causes the colorful trails in the video and can sometimes trigger a sonic boom. While most small meteors will burn up before reaching Earth, large ones will fall until they collide with something. Experts believe this fireball meteor either burned up before reaching the surface or survived its descent and landed in the South China Sea. November 6th of 2023 began as another typical day in the bustling capital of Zhengzhou, China. The streets were packed with cars when, out of nowhere, police sirens started blaring and drivers began slamming on their brakes. That's when everyone on the road did a double take as this giant bird sprinted by their windows. Don't worry, no ostriches were harmed during the making of this video. According to reports, the bird had escaped from Pandora Forest Animal Kingdom, a popular Zhengzhou zoo. The breeder claimed that the bird's girlfriend had escaped back in late October and was injured while running in the streets. This upset boyfriend wanted to make sure she was okay and decided to break out of his enclosure. As of this writing, we believe that both birds are safe, sound, and back together. The next clip is a perfect example of staying calm under pressure. It happened in Tupelo, Mississippi, a small town south of I-22, where it only snows about half an inch every January. A light flurry fell on Monday, January 15th of 2025, forming black ice on one of the main roads. This husband and wife were on their way to drop their kids off at daycare when their Jeep Gladiator hit an ice slick and lost control. Thankfully, our driver remembered the golden rule: never panic.
This is the dangerous part.
Oh,
Hang on!
hold on.
Hang on. I got it.
That's like a roller coaster. If we could, yeah. We ain't gonna make that one.
We could get somebody to come pull us out.
We got this.
Look, y'all, we've done worse off-road.
We just go back out that way.
That could have been real bad.
Could have been really bad. No.
Hey, that was fun. It was like going sledding.
Yeah, let's do that now. Yeah, I think that's what
There was a second when I was thinking, this is going to be bad. And then when I saw, I was like, oh, we got this. You know, everybody thought that was going to be rough.
Oh, yeah.
Right here is when the couple thought things would end very poorly. Meanwhile, the kid in the green-laced hoodie is oddly intrigued, while his brother has no idea what's going on. Thankfully, everyone was okay and their car didn't sustain any damage. The family laughed their way back to the road and likely showed this clip to all their friends later that night. Route 65 through Blaine, Minnesota is what's called an arterial roadway. It's basically a highway with traffic lights, where the speed limit is roughly 55 miles per hour. Unfortunately, it's become famous for officer-involved car crashes. On July 6th of 2022, a police officer from nearby Spring Lake Park received an urgent call about an officer in need of assistance. This could have meant anything from an unruly suspect to a serious injury. Naturally, our Spring Lake officer floored the gas pedal, racing down Route 65 at over 100 miles per hour. Let's just say he was the one in need of assistance.
my car like locked up, man. Alright, are you, you're not injured at all, man? You're not injured at all? Sorry.
Things went south when our officer tried to drift around the intersection. He narrowly avoided a black SUV before skidding off the road and T-boning the civilian car. Thankfully, everyone involved was okay. Both men stepped out and inspected the damage to their respective cars. It's unclear if the police department's insurance policy covered the damage to the civilian's car. It was July 10th of 2025. Baotou City in Inner Mongolia was under a severe flood warning as relentless rainfall dropped over 100 millimeters of water on the city in less than 3 hours. The rivers swelled and water quickly flooded the highways, sweeping away any cars unlucky enough to be on the road. The two people inside this SUV found themselves trapped between the current and a highway height pole. With their lives hanging in the balance, some good Samaritans swooped in to save the day.
有人吗？快，让多的过来干啥去？把人闹出去了。哎，那你这人多了好笑。哎，有个东西带来的多啊！啊，这带这个提上，带这个提上，几个人了？那里都有几个人？ 我刚选好。喂，这站稳了，站稳。
Thankfully, the second man in the video climbed out of the car and made it to safety. It's possible that Typhoon Danas, a Category 3 cyclone, caused these conditions up north in Mongolia, despite mainly impacting southern China, Taiwan, and the Philippines. This Thai woman has a bone to pick with her auto insurance company. She was out for a drive on April 19th of 2024 when a violent storm suddenly kicked up over the highway. The woman could hardly see anything as she carefully navigated the torrential rain. That's when an act of God decided to ruin her day. Let's see that again in slow motion. Visibility is so low that you wouldn't know the tree was falling until it was too late. Our driver is lucky the branches were the only thing that hit her car. Had she caught the trunk head on, she might not have lived to tell the story. The bad news is that the driver's car was severely damaged and would require thousands of dollars in repairs to get it back on the road. The worst news is that her insurance company refused to cover the cost, calling the accident force majeure or an act of God. For the cherry on top, our driver had just purchased the car and was still making monthly payments. Last we heard, she was seeking compensation from the Department of Highways, which is responsible for the road where the tree fell. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. With that, thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one.